We grew up on mixtapes and neon lights.
Hey there, everybody. It is a globe-trotting trio, but today we're the duo. It is Amy and
Shelly,
hey
hello.
guys. We're so glad to be here. But let's talk about, let me tell you what we want to talk about today. Because we did the Gen X series or Gen X episode a couple weeks ago.
Even
Oh,
months.
oh my gosh, I can't English today. So we're gonna talk. Let's start this all over again. Hey
Okay.
everybody, it's a globe-trotting trio. Maybe I say duo. My name's Amy.
And I'm Shelly.
And today, let's talk about us being the original influencers. We were the Gen X
Excellent.
people that loved to influence people, but it was before social media. And we influenced people face to face. We had conversations with people, like real live conversations. It was
That's
crazy.
frightening,
It
right? There
is.
might be people listening to us that have hives, like their neck is getting red because they're like a real life conversation. And I'm going to
In
be fully honest, a couple of those people might be my own children. I got
uh
a couple kids that would be like, "You mean I have to talk to someone face to face?"
Yeah,
It's
yep.
crazy.
I'm with you.
Crazy to me.
I'm with you. So if we talk about, let's talk about how whenever we call us the original influencers, what was it? So word of mouth recommendations, was that how did that work for you?
So I'm in a couple networking meetings, a couple networking groups, and we meet in person every single week. And we basically do the same thing that we've all done. That's just talking with people. And you have a conversation, you get to know them, you learn what they do, what they like, what they need. And then you go, oh, hey, you know what? I know somebody that does this. And you tell them about them. It's natural for us because we didn't grow up with cell phones and computers and email, and we had to have those conversations, we had to ask questions and get to know people. So it's very natural for us, but I look around that room in our networking meetings and there might be three people under the age of 30, might be.
Okay.
But these are individuals that are in business for themselves and they've decided, okay, I have to figure out this other part of my business, right? They
Right.
even see the value in those face to face word of mouth recommendations. There's no better way to build a business than that. Like, I just don't think there is. There might be quicker ways, there might be more effective ways. I really like word of mouth.
I do. I will say you hit the nail on the head because I love having conversations with people. And even now we've got, I'm a high tech person. I love to do all kinds of technology. That's my
Mhm.
jam. But if somebody, like I was just on the phone or the message text, I'm going to stop this whole thing in English
You
right
are having
now.
a day.
I know. Anyway, I was just texting with someone on my team earlier today, and I said, hey, would you like to Zoom or would you prefer to meet in person? And she's like,
Hmm.
I don't even know how to Zoom. So let's meet in person. Well, guess
Okay.
what? We're going to meet in person. So I'm kind of excited
Nice.
about that. I love being able to meet somebody face to face so that we can have good conversations and get to know somebody a little bit better. So much of the visual effects of a conversation are
Mhm.
what help you carry it through.
Yes.
Because of course, whenever you're texting, you can't the tone, intonation, you can't put all of that stuff in
Yep.
there. And how can I be sarcastic with you on text? It's very hard. It's very
Correct.
hard. And we're the
Yes.
generation of sarcastic people. So I feel like in person, yeah, that's definitely word of mouth, back and forth, being able to have those conversations. But let's talk about this and let's see if you know the answer. What's the thing that we did that
Hmm.
would have been pre-text messaging?
Oh, good old fashioned handwritten notes.
Yes.
Oh,
Did you ever have a specific way that you folded all your notes?
oh, well, it depends on who it went to, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think my friends and I had our own little code of
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know, it was like the origami of note
Mhm.
writing. And
Yeah.
you fold them all up and you tucked it in and you
Uh-huh.
could make triangles and we flicked them like footballs and
Uh-huh.
squares, and yeah, it was really cool. You could make
Yeah.
these tiny little like envelopes out of them, and you pull it all out, and there's your letter.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Did you use punctuation in capital letters whenever you did that?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have one
Yeah,
of our children.
and cursive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the secret writing. Did you know that I actually texted one of our, was it me? Maybe it was my husband, texted one of our kids. Um, just a text. It wasn't anything major, like how's your day, period, or something crazy. Like at the end, there was a period at the end. She comes running out of her room and said, "Are you mad at me?" No. Why would I be mad at you? Because you put a punctuation there. You put a period. Yeah.
Okay. For those that cannot see us, if you're listening to us on the podcast on Spotify, we both just stared at each other like we're wordless. Like,
Got nothing. No idea. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
But I will say that I loved the passing of notes. I will say this too, that if I go up into my attic, there is a box that has a whole bunch of my notes from high school. I've never opened all
Oh,
of
that's
them to
so
look at it.
fun.
Yeah. I probably don't
I
want to
didn't
look
keep
at it because I'm
anything
sure
like
there's
that.
some kind of high school drama going on or something, middle school drama, whatever. But
Of course.
yeah.
I didn't keep anything like that. I got rid of so much stuff. And there's times I think, oh, I'd like to go back and look at it, but most of the time I'm like, I don't even need that. It'd be sitting in
Yeah.
some cabinet somewhere and I never look at it. But I
Or in your
did
attic.
save, here's kind of cool. I did save some of my letters. So my ex-husband was stationed overseas for a while, and our son and I were here. And so I did save our letters because I knew, I mean, I didn't like him for a very long time, but I did know that at some point, like our kids may want to see them. So I did save those. I have a box of those somewhere.
That's awesome.
Actually, I think
So
they
what
may have
I
been
think
given
is
to the
really cool
kids.
about the passing of the notes versus text messaging is that texting is instantaneous, and that's kind of an instant gratification. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's why the world of, talking to people one on one is not necessarily where everybody goes because more people want
Right.
that instant response, right? Passing of the
Mm-hmm.
notes was the same thing. You'd pass somebody a note and you wouldn't get a response until they had time to write the response
Mm-hmm.
in a class
Correct.
wherever they could write it without getting caught, to fold it up to be
No.
able to pass it back to you in the hall,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because you never wanted to be caught with
Absolutely.
it because back in those days, if you ever got caught passing a note, what did your teacher do?
Oh, frick. They took it, maybe read it in front of the class, or
Uh-huh.
sent it home to my parents.
Uh-huh.
What? I don't like any of those options. No, thank
None.
you.
No.
We used to. All right, so the desk, and they probably still have some like this now. I don't even know, but they have that desktop, and then they have all the bars that connect it to the chair. And
Uh-huh.
you'd get some of those older chairs and they'd get loose or you get like broken pieces on there. So we would figure out when we got to like the older grades in grade school, like that fifth, sixth, where you changed classrooms,
Hmm.
we would figure out who sat in that desk for the other class, like before or after us, and we would write notes and leave them shoved in the desk somewhere for the other person, so then we could come in and read it and give a quick response and shove it back down there. We would have pages that would go for like days between kids. Eventually
Yeah,
we
awesome.
probably got caught, but it was still fun.
It was fun. We were living on the edge. So,
Mm-hmm.
never going to have a calculator. You're never going to have a calculator with you all the times, right? So that's what the teachers would always
Oh
tell
yeah.
us whenever we were
Right.
younger.
Yeah.
Same thing. You're not going to have a camera at your hands in your hands. Guess what? Guess what? It's
I know
all
it all
right
the
here
time.
in our phones for sure. Um, so we used photo albums instead of Instagram. If we wanted to go
Yeah.
back and reflect on something that happened, we had to take pictures, send it off to be
Developed.
developed, get it back, hope, hope and pray that the flash worked, our finger didn't get put in front of the camera lens. You
Or
got
you
a
didn't
good
open
picture,
it
uh-huh,
before it was wound all the way into the
and expose
canister.
it, yes. All the things, all the things. So, those are fun little facts
But
of what we did
let's
back
go
in the
back a little bit further. Okay.
Okay.
So we're talking about what we did growing up, but think about when we were kids. I remember as small kids, it was still slides. So all the family, like somebody would take vacation. So then all the family comes over and we
Uh-huh.
have dinner and we set up the screen and
Uh-huh.
we get the projector out and you thumb through the slides and
Uh-huh.
everybody watches everything from vacation.
And then we got a little fancy. We got that 5 millimeter
Yes.
camera where then we could do the reel to reel,
Mhm.
one reel to the other reel. So younger people that are listening to this, go research what reel to reel is. It's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
please don't. Yeah, you'll be there though.
There you go.
It's
All right.
definitely not a reel that they know of now.
One of the biggest things, though, as we're talking through this process, is that we're building relationships. And that's what we did throughout our lifetimes. That's how we are building, we built relationships. And we didn't look at it in the same respect that we look at it now. So if you look at your social media right now, what's the one word that you're always worried about?
The algorithm.
Algorithm. Yes. So
Yep.
we were just building relationships. We didn't care about what this might cause this or that and the other. And if you
Mhm.
don't do this at this certain time and this kind of thing, we didn't need all of that to happen.
Nope.
We just built the relationships, which meant that we had what we call belly to belly conversations, meaning not necessarily that we're standing there with our bellies touching, but we were
Yeah.
looking at each other face to face
Mhm.
conversations. Huge, huge,
They're
I say.
huge.
Um, and that in and of itself, I feel like gives us very huge, amazing, authentic connections. Because one of the
Yeah.
things I coach my team a lot is to always be authentically you. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to, what you see somebody else doing, don't try to do it yourself if it's not really true to who you are.
Mhm.
And I think that was one of the reasons why social media to us, older people, the Gen Xers, probably looks more we realize what it is. It's a surface thing. We only see the
Right.
good stuff. We don't see the bad stuff, right?
Right.
People don't go out there and post us about all the other things. They don't what? So we're not really seeing the real person all the time. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that there's a lot of benefits to the way we do things now, right?
Oh
It
yeah.
has freed us up to be able to live the lives that we really want to live, that we enjoy. And while I recognize the way we operate is not for everybody, like we know that punching a 9 to 5 or a 7 to 11 time clock is not for us. And there's a lot of benefits in what we do, but I don't think I would enjoy it as much
Mhm.
if I hadn't learned how to ergonomically, grassroots, belly to belly build relationships. Those relationships really are kind of the foundation of my life, honestly. Like,
Mhm.
that's what helped mold me into who I am. That's what taught me how to be an actual friend that can show up when someone needs me. And not saying that you can't figure that out in another way, but I think they're more lasting, they're more solid relationships.
Oh yeah.
um I think they just bring so much more to our lives.
Right. I
So
agree. I agree. So
it matters.
I like the fact and just thinking about the word influencers, right? So if we're thinking
Huh?
about how we influenced people, how we built the relationships and all of that, what is your key thought on what influence is? Like, what do you feel like influence actually means?
Well, it's your impact. It's what kind of an impression and impact can you leave
Hmm.
on somebody else? How do they impact you? How does that impact change someone's life? Like, I don't want to be somebody that goes through life and just takes things or just exists. I want to leave an impact, um, whether that's through business or my coaching or at church. Like, we all want to leave an impact somewhere, We
Mhm.
all want to feel like we have a purpose in our life, and that influences that impact.
Right. And for us as Gen Xers, influence is not about followers, but if you were to ask like a
Mm.
Gen Z, that would be more what
Yep.
they were looking for. So
Yeah.
we as a
That's a really
generation,
good point.
yeah,
Hmm.
we as a generation, I feel like we're there because we want to influence people by our actions and our abilities. We want people to look at us and say, "That's Amy. A name is good enough. We know if she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it. If this is what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen." So
Mhm.
our influence is definitely, it looks a little bit
It's
different for
different,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And they both definitely have their worth. Um, absolutely. I just am not sure I could live in that world of my impact comes from the number of followers or the influence that I have.
Right.
I can't live in that world. I don't know how to, and I don't want to, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I know I have to make connections, right? And continue to build my business.
Right.
But my business is still, we are in a business that is still people to people.
I agree.
So,
Belly to belly, face to
belly
face,
to
that
belly.
kind of
Yep.
thing. All
Yep.
right. So do you have any final thoughts on us being the original influencers?
Uh, I just think our skills are so much more rich because of the trials that we had to have.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Life was not easy. We could not click a picture with our camera and have it developed. We had to wait and hope and pray we didn't screw it up, like you said.
Yeah. We not only were the original influencers, but that's exactly how we ended up with so much patience for things, right? For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
All right.
Or it may have been all those trials that I wasn't smart enough to walk away from, and the Lord said, "All right, let's do this again. Until you learn
Let's
this,
see.
let's do this again."
Let's see. Yeah. All right. So let's just say this, guys. We enjoyed talking all about this, but if you've enjoyed today's episode or you want to learn more, be sure to hit that follow button and, subscribe to us so you never miss an adventure. And as always, thank you for joining us on this wild and beautiful journey. Until next time, keep exploring, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.